Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Time Warp Podcast. I'm here today with Anish, as always. And then we also have our good friend Muntah, who's back. Say hello, Muntah, if you're there.
Hello, hello. Oh, sorry. I was just looking for my unmute button, anyways.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just suffering from a bit sore throat. I hope it's not COVID, anyways. Yeah. So
you'll be
enjoy,
fine.
guys.
You'll be fine, Muntah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So today we're gonna talk about the Sevilla Barca game, and also gonna talk a little bit about the Man City Tottenham game in the weekend. And yeah. So go ahead, Anish.
Yeah, so like what this game was really important, and we wanted to do a brief post match on it because like this both these teams are in the Champions League. They both got handed some maybe tricky draws, and
Mm-hmm.
this was really important for them to get momentum. And lastly, it was also crucial because it was the last big test each of them will have before the Champions League. I think the second leg of this Copa del Rey semi is going to be played in March, so there's a huge gap in between because of the Champions League and the league fixtures.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this game taught us a lot about the teams. It showed, and I didn't get to see the full match, but I definitely got to see it. I have the stats sheets here. It
Mm-hmm.
showed us that Barca, like they were on a hot streak, but if you look at their last two games that they lost, it
Mm-hmm.
was against trickier opposition. And the winning streak was mainly against teams that were considerably weaker than them. So is it really a case of they're winning most of their games the past month? Um, because they're just playing teams that are a lot weaker than them. That it looks that way because Sevilla today largely nullified them for the most part, and their game plan looks to have been to lock Barcelona up because Barca only had about they only had 4 shots on target according to the stats. So, talk us through what you saw in the game and yeah, what impressed you about Sevilla and what Barcelona lacked in their game plan today and what they lacked on the pitch to win the game.
No, definitely. I mean, if you see the way Sevilla is set up, right? I mean, whenever Sevilla plays against big oppositions, right? Like for example, a hyper-attacking opposition, they usually opt for 4-2-3-1, which I was expecting before this game. And when I saw the lineup, I mean, this is like a perfect kind of formation, to nullify Barcelona's 4-3-3.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, with regards to Messi playing as a false nine, I mean that again messed it up for them because I mean where does Griezmann will occupy the spaces, which will be like if Messi plays false nine. So ultimately he needs to also come inside rather than being more wide. So they knew that's going to happen. That's why they started Alex Vidal as a right back because he's pacey. And with
Mm-hmm.
regards to Jordi Alba's overlapping runs, so he was extremely cautious. Jordi Alba's run and Messi's supplement to diagonal supplementation to for Jordi Alba, so he was
Mm-hmm.
pretty aware of that. So overall, I'll say Sevilla's tactics and Lopetegui he outclassed Koeman. And the reason I believe Sevilla was also that good is because that the midfielder, his name is Juan Jordan. If you guys know him, he's like 26
Mm-hmm.
years old, a midfielder. I don't know why Spain is not calling him for his international duty. Anyways, that guy was decent and he locked down. He pretty much locked down the defense, and he was extremely good to be honest. And Rakitic too, to be honest. For me, man of the match goes for Jules Koundé. Has excellent solo goal where he nutmegged Umtiti, I guess. Yep, he nutmegged Umtiti and scored the goal. So that was like a more of a right back or more of an attacker goal. It's not a heading at all. So we can see that like 2 years ago when we see this guy Jules Koundé, and now he's been transformed. I mean, he's immensely good. His defensive quality, like for me, is giving me a glimpses of like what Sergio Ramos used to do, in
Mm-hmm.
when he moved from a right back to a kind of centre back position. And his composure on ball is tremendously intriguing, and it's like so beautiful to watch, even if he wants to switch the play and his tackling, the only thing I believe he struggles. That's my personal opinion. is aerial threat. When it comes to
Mhm.
defending the aerial like set pieces, I mean free kicks and direct free kicks and everything, corners and everything. So over there, I see him slightly struggle compared to other defenders. For example, Diego Carlos, who's his partner. But overall, I mean that guy is like a genius. As a Madrid fan for next season, we have uncertainty with the center backs for next season. So I believe we should immediately, sign him if any one of our defenders leave.
Mhm.
Overall, I believe this is a masterclass from Lopetegui, and he understood the Koeman's concept of playing football. He knows what kind of Dutch football Koeman wants from this Barcelona. And if you see in the La Liga, the way Sevilla set up against Barcelona and the way they beat them in La Liga in the first half of the season, I mean, he pretty much replicated that blueprint, I should say.
Mhm.
And ultimately, I mean, they were good. They were good. So even Ocampos didn't participate, who was the best attacker for Sevilla this season. So you're winning 2-0 away. I mean, at home without your best attacker. That's impressive, to be honest. Papu Gomez, if you tell me how good he was, I'd say he was okay. I mean, average, like from a individual, like performance perspective. As a team, it might take time for him to integrate, to understand, to gel up with other teammates, and to build up a chemistry with the players. Because Sevilla's system is a complex footballing system. It's not like Atlanta, who's like every time you have to be direct. So it's not like that. Overall, when I see Barcelona's lacking defensively a lot. Today, Busquets was really good on the ball, but off the ball, he's against the liability. You can clearly see it. Frankie De Jong was another player, I believe. Whenever he doesn't shows up, I mean, especially in terms of making runs inside the box and scoring
Mhm.
goals, I mean, Barca struggle. I don't think so. I mean, to him being a midfielder and making that kind of runs and scoring goals, especially this season, was impressive, to be honest. So, uh, other than Frankie De Jong, I mean, Messi was okay. Messi was like average as well. So I didn't
Mhm.
find Messi that attractive. Aside where he took one free kick in the second half, and pretty much the Sevilla goalkeeper, his name is Yassine Bono. I mean, he made a really good save. I mean, that was the best chance for Messi who came like close in this game. Other than that, I didn't find that attractive Messi, to be honest, in this game.
Mhm.
Might be this like back of his head, like it is a PSG game, so that's why he
Uh-huh.
was not that yet ready for this game. But this was a really big game for Barcelona, anyways.
Mhm.
So overall, if I want to sum up the Barcelona versus Sevilla, I mean Sevilla's planning, strategy, everything worked. Their substitutions worked, and even if you see, they quickly made like all those 5 substitutions where Barca didn't even make a one substitution in this
Mhm.
game. And Oliver Torres again, the another substitution. I mean, that guy was good as well. So I believe he came on 79 or 18 minutes, something like that. So overall, I mean, this is a Lopetegui's masterclass.
Mhm. I think that's a pretty good summary of the game. And so another thing that we're hearing is that the tie between Barca and PSG might have gotten even more complicated because even though Barca lost, and they're not looking great based on the difficult teams they've played so far this season and recently, especially based on today's result. Like we've
Uh huh.
heard that there's potentially an injury to Neymar, which can make the result really uncertain. And I still say that's a pretty even game. So how do you see the first leg of that going? And we'll expand upon this tomorrow, but give me your brief initial reactions from that news and today's result.
So I don't want to take Barcelona result in isolated boundaries. When I mean that, means if I see this game from the perspective of a neutral fan, then yes, this game is like a massive loss for Barcelona, and this is kind of, you know, there is a kind of like your momentum is gone now. But I mean, gone
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like you won the pretty decent run of 9 games unbeaten away. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Barcelona was on that streak. Okay, and as if you addressed, you touched a point where the quality of teams they faced in those nine away games winning streak was not that up to the mark of, for example, of Sevilla or let's say
Yep.
PSG. So,
Mm.
yes, there is a truth, but we need to understand that that PSG team actually it doesn't function without Neymar. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about ability wise functioning, it's about mental aspect. Because I believe that the way Neymar carries the drags the position, I don't think so that even Di Maria in his peak could do that. You need to understand what I'm trying to tell you. And Neymar actually contributes, offers way more to PSG than what Mbappe and Di Maria or other players could do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, right now, even though Barca lost, we have to remember this is on camp now. Ultimately, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Juve came, Ronaldo beat them, or whatsoever. But that's a group stage. That doesn't matter anymore now. And PSG without Neymar is massive loss for PSG. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you tell me right, Barca without Messi or Neymar without PSG, which team is weaker? For me, I think it's just PSG. Even though people will say Mbappe, yes, Mbappe is there, but he's not at the level of Neymar right now. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot simply put pressure on. I mean, yes, you can because he's 22 years old right now. He should be playing at the top level, but he is simply not that good footballer. You need to understand than like Neymar. So I mean, it's very difficult for PSG right now to go away and beat Barcelona, which they can, but I don't know how. That's the thing. And for me, again, for Barcelona, Longley was rested, so Longley will be back. Longley and Umtiti will be playing as a defensive duo, and then you have likes of Frankie De Jong in good shape, and then as usual you have Messi, and we know what happened over there when Messi wants to show up. So overall, if you'll tell me right, PSG with Neymar versus Barcelona, PSG is our
Mm-hmm.
favorite 60-40. And if you tell me
Mm-hmm.
PSG without Neymar,
Yeah.
I'll give 45-55.
Mm.
45 for PSG. Because it's a camp
Mm.
now. We cannot forget that, right?
Yep.
Mm.
All right. So, and
Hmm.
like to wrap up, like so another cup game today was that Tottenham faced Everton. They conceded a lot of goals and apparently they got knocked out. So, like, what do you think is gonna happen? Actually, I'm not even gonna phrase it that way. How bad will the damage be this weekend when they go away to Man City?
For me, okay, I think so. Pep will rest players for Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
So within a way, so Man City will play on 25th, right? 24th, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I think that fixture's too far. So
Mm-hmm.
no, it's clean, clear, washed out, man. Spurs
Yeah.
are washed out. You know what I mean? 3-1.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
I
see
think it's
Man
gonna
City
be
winning
more,
3-1.
dude.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, this is
I'll be.
extreme, but I'll go with 5-1.
Ouch.
Uh, I mean, the reason I cannot see it happening 5-1, I'll tell you why. Because this time, I mean, Mourinho will park the bus, and he knows that like Man City is in great run and form. So unnecessarily risking yourself,
Mm.
and making that backline that open, to score goals. I cannot see that
Mm.
Mourinho might go with that, like how Klopp did. So Mourinho won't
Yeah.
repeat the Klopp's mistake, for example. So yeah, so definitely, I see Man City winning 3-1, I believe.
Do you know how many goals they conceded today?
Spurs, yeah, 5 goals.
They played their full strength team.
Oh my
So I don't
goodness.
know. I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't know. Like, and plus, like, I don't know how tired these players are gonna be. So on this weekend, so I don't know. Like
Guess
three
we'll
one is pretty
see.
good. I think 3-1's a good prediction.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think.
No, and no, but for example, right, Anish? For example, when we play against a position where we know that we have a liberty to even be more open, to more attack. For example, like Everton. At that time, it might be because of that. They're not taking Everton attack that seriously, like compared to Man City. For example, if you tell me, right, which team Real Madrid should defend better, against Barcelona or against Valencia, I'll say against Barcelona, right?
Mm.
But we lose to Valencia 4-1 or 3-1, something like that.
Mm.
And we beat Barcelona 2-0, so 3-1, sorry. So For me, if that's what's happening with Spurs, and that's what happened. And to be honest, today. So yeah.
Mhm.
So even though I see Man City winning 3-1, because that I
Mhm.
believe is the most like generous result for both the sides. I believe.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see that. Well, that's all for me. Do you guys have any thoughts?
I didn't watch the game sadly, so
Mm.
but if you have something else to say, Munta, go ahead.
No, one thing I just want to mention over here, right?
Mhm.
I'm just saying, right? If Mbappe, I mean, I call him Mbappe, by the way. His name is Mbappe.
Mhm.
I mean, how much pressure that kid has to deal with, like that's my
Yep.
question number one.
Oh no.
And question number two, what if he wins without Neymar at Camp
Oh,
Nou?
Neymar's finished.
Where does he ranks
It's
now?
he it would okay like the first like that's definitely a question that like we're gonna touch upon tomorrow because we're doing our Champions League previews tomorrow, or at least like tentatively planning to tomorrow
Mhm.
in the afternoon. So like that's something we can definitely talk about more tomorrow. But like and of course after the game, if they win, we'll definitely have to talk about that, and if they go through. But another thing is because we don't know fully sure if Neymar is even like gonna miss the game yet. Like
Yeah.
we don't fully know that. But the thing is like if he were to do that, like the first thing it would do is definitely like rectify two narratives, right? The narrative first of all that like okay like not just this isn't a narrative really, but it would rectify the Manchester United loss, right? Because that's the game that they lost without Neymar, so like it would rectify that, like now he made up for that. And then secondly, it would completely rectify the narrative that like from mostly from Prem fans that like Rashford is better than Mbappe. So I think like those two
Oh.
narratives would go. Yeah.
Hmm. No,
Mhm.
definitely, because
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to answer to loads of critics. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Mbappe have like many critics now. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how that will set up his like his teenage footballing legacy. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
about that, but definitely that will be improve his odds like for being more a reputable footballer, and people might respect him more. But that's the point. So yeah, so I wish Mbappe does that because I'm a biggest Mbappe fan on this platform. Might be, I'm not sure. So yeah, so let's see, man. Because I have like high expectation from this kid. So I hope he might do something good on camp now. Let's see.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna
Let's see.
dance. You're gonna dance on camera.
Oh, let's see, man. I know I've given my words, to those are my statement, but to be honest, that's what I said, right? If Mbappe scores hat trick on Camp now, that's
uh,
that's the condition, by the way.
Then we get a face reveal.
yes, yes.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But the way you guys know how I look like, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
All
But
right.
for the audiences or viewers, yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
yep.
Yeah. So,
uh,
anyways, yeah, that's it.
so
Yeah.
that's it
Yep.
then. That's it,
Yep.
guys, for today.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, like Anish said, we'll be back tomorrow for the Champions League previews, and I don't know how long that'll be, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, all right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.